Welcome to Community Corner on 94.5 Praise, a program where we discuss the topics affecting the Low Country, but also programs and organizations making positive changes in our community. Today, we are blessed to have returned the director of the summer camp program, Miss Theresa Roberts, who is returning to us today to update us on where we are on the sites that are in the Sheldon Township, out in Dale, and the St. Helena's Center. We welcome you back, ma'am, and tell us how it is going.
Hello, Pastor Moore. It's good to be back. Thank you for the opportunity again to give the community an update on what we are doing and how everything is going. We would like to announce that our Dale Center is open. It is active. It is running from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. We have been very fortunate to have two great leaders out there, one that has a strong educational background in teaching, and the other one is an excellent in background with arts and creativity. So together with that team, we really have been doing a wonderful job this week. They have all been giving schedules and opportunities for learning. So we have a full curriculum, a daily schedule, and next week we'll start our field trips. Now, out in our Scott Center, we weren't as fortunate to have as many responses. So our Scotts and Seaside, which is now known as Gloria Potts, has not opened yet, but we are still willing to have that an active center in the community. So we still solicit those that are interested in partnering with us, those that are interested in attending those camps, to please contact us at our office and, of course, register online, and that activates their registration.
If you notice, she emphasized the one personnel as being very strong in education and teaching, and one in the crafts and arts. And that is the focus of this summer program, is that we will continue to teach children that they won't lose learning, if you will, that they won't digress at all. And so that's what we are trying to do. And so whether you are in Dale or whether you're on St. Helena's, the emphasis is that we would put our children into a constructive, fun learning environment over the summer, so when they go back to school, they will not start out at a deficit of learning from when they left school. And so I just think that cannot be overemphasized, that we are really trying to help our children actually stay on level as far as their reading and math and all of those things. Did I get it right?
Absolutely, yes. Our goal is to reduce learning loss in the summer. Our goal is to retain as much as the children have learned. We do not try to teach new subject matters. Our goal is to reinforce what they have learned to prevent learning loss. So we do push English, math, science, and writing. One of our lost skills is writing. We do practice these every day. We have them a part of our learning curriculum. So they have them actually scheduled 1 hour per day for English, math, and science. Well, with those learnings, we want to reemphasize the children are not sitting behind a desk or a computer all day just learning. Our learning is very exploratory. We have arts and crafts that are encompassed with our learning so that they can have creative learning to make it fun. Sometimes they don't even know that they're learning. Yesterday we made hand beads that were more of like what the Africans used to use when they were in the fields and dancing. We use our science to make sure we do measurement. We had to create sound, and then we had to create distance. So when we put friction with it, it created the bongo sounds with the beads that will swing around and create a sound that gave them harmony and melody. And then we went into our music. So it's a lot of fun learning. They're learning and not always knowing what subject matters they're learning, but we reinforce it with the words to help them understand that we're learning about gravity, we're learning about distance, we're learning about sound, and we're learning about communication. And with those methods of learning, the kids are actually having fun.
I think some of the best learning that anyone has ever done is when they were having fun. I think if we can make learning fun to children, we will have much more success at it. And so I commend you all for the mixture of the learning and the fun part, because that is what we have to do in order to be effective with the children. I go back and I say to those family members who are in the Sheldon Township that responded, if you will, to the request and got some children enrolled, I go back and I say to the community, we need more children in that facility. That facility really should be full. That community is absolutely full of children who need to be in an environment whereby they will minimize the learning loss as much as you can, because we have been struggling for years to bring our children up to par and on level with the rest of the county. And so, having made great gains in that area, we now need to strive to actually mitigate the loss of any of those gains that we made. And so I say it's not too late to get a child into the summer program. Am I right?
You are right. We still do have available slots. We have at least one child registering a day out in our Dale Center. So we're excited to say that it is growing well. We do want to solicit more children to come into the center. We know that finances may be a struggle, so we do still have grants for those positions. We are opening our Dale Center as a good faith back to our community. We want the community to know that we believe that it does take a village to raise a child. So we're going to do it together. It's not my responsibility alone, but the community must commit to their portion of making that center great. So what we're asking for are people to come in and to volunteer. We're asking for those teachers that may be retired, those that may be on summer break. We're asking you not to commit to your whole summer. We know that sometimes after teaching all day through the year, you want a break. But we're asking, would you commit to 1 day a week? Could you commit to 2 days? 2 hours a day. Could you give us an opportunity to learn from the things that you have experienced? Put that back in the center. If we had 10 people that committed to just 1 hour a day, we have a whole day filled with nothing but wisdom. So we need the opportunity to partner with our community. And we know that there may not be those that are willing to do everything, but we just want to know, what are you willing to do?
Mrs. Roberts is going to give you the opportunity and the method whereby you will be able to contact them and do volunteering. But I encourage everyone, please get involved. If you have a talent, and most of us do, there's something that we can do to contribute to our children being in a summer program. Whatever you can do, I ask you to please engage yourself in this process, because it is all about a community being involved and raising children. I spoke to and he so happens to live in Dale, an individual who their grandson normally comes up and spend some time with them in the summer. As a matter of fact, they normally keep their grandson most of the summer. And I'm not going to go any further because I don't want anybody to be able to figure out who this is. But their son was up here and they went back home. And so now this year, it come time for the grandson to come. The mother say, oh, he can come, but you must find a system, a program for him to be in. That he cannot just go, because last year when he went back, they saw the loss in learning. When they put him in school, they saw how he struggled again. And so, as a matter of fact, this child is actually in your program at another one of the centers. Okay. So, and when I heard that, I thought that is a parent that is very much involved in that, in the raising of their children. And to say to grandparents, he can come, but he must be in a constructive learning environment because he cannot have this kind of loss. So I thought it was just great, and it is a compliment to what you all are doing, if you will, in our communities. And I encourage the people in the Scotts area and St. Helena's to please do everything you can to engage and get these children involved in this program.
Yes, sir. We have 10 locations in Beaufort. We have committed to having 2 grant facilities. Again, those grant facilities are our Dale Recreation Center and our Scott and Seaside, which is now known as Gloria Potts in St. Helena. We do want to have one in each of those areas available. We would like to reiterate, those that cannot afford, we have grants available. Don't listen to the prices and say, I can't afford it. There are grants available for those 2 facilities. Please visit us on our website at www.lhlacademy.com. And that's L as in love, H as in house, L as in learning, academy.com. You can go online and register the children. You actually can go online and register to become a volunteer. And then lastly, but not least, you can always register for open positions that we have throughout our summer and in our after-school programs.
You know, Ms. Roberts talks about the scholarship program. We cannot emphasize enough that you don't be discouraged by looking at the prices. Don't be discouraged, because there are levels based upon income whereby you can qualify for. And it goes all the way down to, in some cases, $100 for 2 months of summer camp for your child. Now that is absolutely unheard of. And so, but the opportunities are there if you would just explore it, make the contact, if you will, and you might very well qualify for one of those scholarships. And so don't deny a child a golden opportunity to actually have fun, number one, be in a safe environment, number 2, and reduce learning loss, number 3. So it is a win-win for us and the child. And so we just encourage you, and I cannot encourage you enough, I think, to actually get involved. If you are a grandparent and your children or your grandchildren are visiting, go and check it out and see what is available, because to have children to sit around for 2.5 months or so is just not good for that child. And so we really do ask everyone to get involved. I understand that you all are going to do some trips and things like that. Tell us about what you've got planned to that end.
Yes, sir. We're doing some explorations in our community. One of the things we do want to push is children getting to know and appreciate their own communities. So what we want to do is schedule field trips with local activities, the historical portions, those that are great achievements, and then those that are hidden secrets. We love the little places that people often learn about that don't live here, but those that live here rarely ever visit. So we're scheduling our visits to go to Penn Center, listening to the library talk about the things that have happened on those grounds is just an awesome place. I should say the museum is an awesome place. Being able to walk the grounds and to see the scars and the markings on the trees, to be able to go to the forge, to go to the grounds. Those are historical monuments. And now we're getting the opportunity to do the things that people hear over the air but don't visit. So we'll even get the opportunity to come and visit 94.5, and that gets them an opportunity to see what is a radio station like on the inside. Things we hear about but we don't get a chance to really see. We want to expose those opportunities to the children. We want them to know that they can enjoy their community, that there's a lot to do here. We often say Beaufort has nothing more to do than going to the bowling alley and going to swimming. But we do have more. There's more. And there's more that they don't know that they're going to get to know about this year.
That is awesome. Penn Center it's just a wonderful place. There is something about that place. And to know that we have so many adults that have never set foot on Penn Center ground. And we don't want that to be with our children, and so there is so much to be learned there. Just outside of this building, the bust of Robert Smalls and some of the things that Robert Smalls did for a child to come and look up and read that marker and find out that here this man was born a slave and actually rose to be in the House of Representatives is just absolutely amazing feat. To know that he really is responsible for the public education system that we have in the United States of America. He actually laid it out, for a superintendent of education and all of those things. And that is right outside in front of Tabernacle Baptist Church, whose grounds we are on. And those are things that I think we need to expose our children to. And if we help to give them knowledge of the rich history that we have here in Beaufort, I think more of them will respect the fact that they really have been born in a great place. Amen. And it is not a place that is only about swimming or about bowling, but there are many other things that that Beaufort is about. Tell us, if you will, so what else do you have just in theory of doing with the children?
Well, one of the things that I love to talk about is our parent experience. So we have some of our parents that when I asked, what do you do for a living? And they said, why? And I said, I would love for you to come and just talk to our children about the things that you do. One gentleman in particular said, well, I just drive a cement truck. I don't have one of those white collar jobs. I said, you have a cement truck? He says, yes. I said, can we see it? And he says, okay. And I said, when you don't have anything else to do and you have cement that is left, can we play with it? And so he got permission to bring the cement truck over to one of the centers, and they made a planter holder with the leftover cement. And they got a chance to look at the truck, walk around the truck, see what the liftings were like, how he was able to pull that ladder out and pour. And it was so exciting for the kids. So they walked around all year talking about his daddy has a cement truck. And I said, you'll be amazed at how much fun it is for children to learn about the things that we do every day that we take for granted. So with that being said, every little thing that we do is an exploration for the children. And we don't want to count anyone out. Everything that you do is fun. They often walk around and they'll say, Miss Theresa, what do? You own an aftercare. And it's funny when you hear it, because to them, that is almost not possible. But I explain how easy it is to just do what you enjoy. I don't have to be rich. I just need to do what makes me happy.
Getting back to the cement truck driver, every one of those children, all their lives, have seen the cement truck go down the road. Mm-hmm. And the only thing they knew is, there go that big truck. Mm-hmm. They never, ever stopped to think about what it is that truck and that driver does. So when you expose them to that, now they have an in-depth understanding. And I contend that they have a greater appreciation for what cement pours do and what the significance that cement play in our society. And that's what it's all about, is for us all to have an appreciation for what everyone does, because Absolutely. Everybody's profession go to make up the society that we live in.
Absolutely.
And so therefore, everybody's profession is important. And if we teach our children that, and in this case, it was fun, it was learning, but I will guarantee you they gain a respect for the cement truck and the driver that they never had before.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that I think that we have lost in our society is having a genuine respect for everyone in our community. So, and if we did, we wouldn't have people robbing people and all the other things. But that's what you are doing. You are changing lives really with our children early on. So when they grow up, they won't have a disrespect for anyone of any honorable profession.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with that, parents, can we see your art? Can we see your craft? Can we see your skills? We want to see it. We want to enjoy it. This summer, we actually are practicing 49 days of recycling. That means we are taking plastic bottles and we're keeping them out of the landfills for 49 days. So every center that we have, all children are asked to bring their plastic bottles. Don't throw them in the trash. Put them in a recycling, bring them to the centers. And we are creating creative art projects with all of those items. So we'll keep them out of the landfills and create art projects. So we have 49 days filled with them. So we'll see plastics made of everything. Yesterday, the task was sunglasses. So we made sunglasses with our plastic bottles, and they were able to wear them, and it makes you see things differently.
Well, maybe I should have been there and get me some plastics sunglasses because I go in the store and the cost of sunglasses is absolutely outrageous. My wife tell me I'm cheap. She said, "You're just cheap." I just think that there really is a line and a maximum point for which I'll pay for anything. And so I probably come to one of your centers and see if I can buy me a pair of sunglasses, if you will. But the bottom line is and please don't think I'm cheap because I said that. But the bottom line is the children are learning.
Absolutely.
They are learning valuable lessons that will make them more responsible citizens And that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
They would never gain any of those things had they not been in the summer camp and had they been at home with grandma watching television and all the other things that would come about. And so we thank you for your persistence.
Thank you.
We thank you for your dedication and all the things that you are doing for our children. We greatly appreciate it.
It's an honor.
Tell the adults again how they can get involved in coming and participating in all of those things, please.
Yes. Again, anyone that would like to volunteer, please register online at www.lhlacademy.com. Again, lhlacademy.com. Our main phone number is 843-525-1043. Again, 843-525-1043. Because we are working with children and in our community, we are required to do background checks. So we ask you to please, if there's anything we need to know, please let us know in advance. We know that you may want to support us and may not be able to physically, but you can always help us financially. Those grant funds are still needed because we have children that we're still soliciting to get off the streets and into a facility where they can learn and have fun all summer.
We thank you. We have had, again, Miss Theresa Roberts, who is the director of the summer camp program. She has given us detailed information and update on where they are with the two centers that is over on one St. Helena's and over in the Dale community, or the Dale Center, if you will. Again, we ask you to continue to get involved and continue to enroll children in all of those centers, if you will, because there are still seats available. Again, ma'am, we thank you. We thank you all in Love House for everything that you are doing. We thank you and we pray God's blessing upon you all.
And you too. Thank you, Pastor Moore.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us for Community Corner on 94.5 Praise. And don't forget to join us every Thursday at 7 o'clock for the latest in community programs and highlights. If you want more information on today's topics or guests, you can find it on our website at praise945.com. May the peace and blessings of the Lord be yours.